Twice now in that round, you with a body shot.
Martin Power being told by his corner, by his trainer CJ Hussain, that he may only have one round left. I think they might be thinking of pulling him out, Jim.
Well, all the punches that make you cringe a little bit are being landed on Martin Power's head.
Corners,
totally dominated by Stuart Hall, and we don't want to see that this early.
Round 6.
Sixth round, it's all gone Stuart Hall's way. And as he sat on his stool between rounds, he looked as though he'd just gone for a jog around the block. Absolutely in control, the champion from Darlington.
See, that's the fact that everything is so smooth. Just no wasted energy. Just seems as though things are falling into place, whereas Power has to force everything to try and get a little bit of success. He won't stop trying, but walking on to clean punches again.
He only fights one way, Martin Power. He's been such a wholehearted battler. He's had some terrific wins through his career. Comes a point where cornermen don't like to see their own fighter take too much. He's getting applause from his corner, though, for the way in which he's trying to slip punches and come back with attacks like that.
Well, he has a huge heart, Martin Power. He always has had. Sometimes he's traded on that alone. But signs that that won't be enough tonight. He's been outboxed, still giving it 100%, but then walking on to the cultured punches of the champion there.
Say cultured punches of Stuart Hall. You have to pinch yourself to think this is only his 10th professional fight. That's good from Power, though. Big effort again.
Just a little spell from Power that gives his corner hope that maybe he can turn things around, but what a shock and what an achievement that would be if he can.
Well, if he was to come back from this position, it would be extraordinary. Stuart Hall's just taken his foot off the gas a little bit at this stage in this sixth round.
He's not taking punches while he's doing it. He's keeping the distance between himself and Power. He's ready to put the accelerator back down again when he's ready. He's controlling the pace, controlling what he's doing. Look at the left hook.
And I don't think you have to be a huge crystal ball gazer to know that Hall is almost certainly going to come on strong in the closing seconds of this round. But Power's right in his face.
Look how tight Hall's defence is, though. No damaging punches getting through that defence.
Here we go.
But when he lets them go, we can see Martin Power's head being knocked back to the shot. He's gasping for oxygen there up close. Huge effort again, just as you've come to expect from Power, but not really producing great results.
A lot of credit, though, for Power. He's had to really suck it up in this round. A lot of bravery, a lot of heart. But has it been enough to win in the round, and has it been enough to persuade his cornerman that he can still carry on in here? Big finish now to the round from Hall, maybe.
Now, Martin Power hasn't done enough to win this round in my card. But a huge effort from him, just as we've come to expect.
Give me some more, please.
Ice bucket, ice bag, there is.
Listen, box right down, you're going to win this fight here. Just take your time, don't get into a white fight with him, please.
Best round of the fight, son. Best round of the fight. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, a huge effort again from Powell, but look at the shots. The headshot landed, but tight defence from Stuart Hall, and then just waits, picks his moment, and then starts producing that clinical boxing once again.
There's the punches landed so far. And you see the head shots very much in Hall's favour. Power shots to the body in the ascendant, and overall it's Hall. That's a big effort from Power, though. It might be that that last round was enough on the judges' cards.
I was more impressed with the clean work of Hall. Having 4 points in front, okay, you can argue about maybe one of the rounds, but it has to be in front, that's for sure. He's dominated some of those rounds.
Well, that's a very low one from Power. Fortunate that that one didn't connect. into another one there, did Power. He's hurt.
But even when he's hurt, back he comes again. Good solid jabs from Hall.
These headshots that he's absorbing, though, Power, have got to have a cumulative effect. He's been told by his corner, carry on like you do in the last round and you can win the fight. It's a big ask, big ask from where he is.
Well, I saw a huge effort in the previous round, but not enough success.
I can only have admiration for Power, though. But now he's taking another battering, big uppercut, right uppercut rather. And then back comes Power, a little flurry of blows to the body just to show the referee that he's still in there and still competitive.
Well, they're both beginning to feel the pace. It's been a tremendous pace from the start.
Hall did him in 8 rounds last time. Power said it would be a totally different story this. And Hall did tell us that he was going to fight more at close quarters, and that's been the case. Power forced to give ground again, Jim.
It's a case again of the punches that you remember seem to come from the champion. Huge effort again from Power. Referee having a good look at him there.
Oh, I tell you what, Hall walked right into a right-hander there. As Power came off the ropes, it stopped him in his tracks, and he did no more than blink.
Yeah, he's walking right through it. Another tremendous round. Full credit to both men.
Whatever the purses are for this tonight, they're earning it.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's not enough.
Well, that was a hard round, and Martin Power takes a real big intake of breath as he now slumps down on his stool.
Listen to me. I want 3 minutes of boxing on your toes now. Can you do me that? Don't even hit him now. Just stay on the outside, get the breathing back. Yeah.
Let's get composure
This
this round.
kid's gone now. I'm telling you. Listen to me.
Nice bit of composure this round, Mike. That's what we want. Stay still, stay still.
Come down, please. You know the reason why you're here, son. Come on.
Just keep busy. Just keep picking on
You're
that.
boxing well, Stu, behind the jab all the time, control it. Okay? Okay, mate?
Busy.
He's having a last gang saloon every time, but so I don't want you walking onto a shot when you don't have to, okay? Box him into the ground behind the jab, okay? And then pick him apart, body shots and head. Okay? Come on, Stu. Keep
Hall did
control.
walk into 1 or 2 shots in that round. Question, though, I think, is a very valid one for Martin Power. How much does he got left? Taking so many big headshots. Oh, my goodness. Great uppercut, and then back came Power.
I mean, unbelievable courage. We've seen it all through his career. We've seen huge efforts in the last couple of rounds. But as you're asking, how many more times can you do this? His corner have told him to cut down a little bit, to circle the ring, but you wonder if he drops the pace, will he be knocked out of this fight?
Well, asking Martin Power to jig around and fight on the outside is completely flies in the face of what he's always done.
Yeah, well, what he does naturally, he's trying to pick some punches at Power rather than just blast his way forward. Well, it's something else, and I think he has to try something else. So maybe the corner have come on to something, but it hasn't landed too much as yet.
8th round, grueling fight, and perhaps almost inevitably the pace just slowing a bit here. British bantamweight title at stake, and Stuart Hall on our cards anyway. Shaven-headed man, balding man from Darlington. He is ahead on our cards at the moment. Well, he's following the words of advice, his Power.
Yeah, he's trying to pick punches a little bit more now. Put a bit of thought into his boxing. Well, it shows that maybe more sides to Martin Power than we've seen.
I had it a wee bit closer than you, Jim, but he's got to do really well from here on in, Power, if he's going to somehow turn this one around. And it doesn't look as though it's going to happen. That's better. Both men taking a breather and nothing coming back from Hall. Just content to watch Power unload.
Well, a little change in the plot as far as Martin Power's concerned. Will he stick with this, or will go back to do what comes naturally to him? He's thinking what he's doing now. He's trying to cope with the jab, doing not too badly either.
We could argue that it's worked in this round, Jim.
Yeah, well, he had to do something about the jab. He was walking onto the jab. Now he's looking, he's concentrating, he's thinking what he's doing. So he had to change, and he has changed.
Close round, but Power has landed more punches in this round.
Yeah, well, not quite in the driving seat the way he was at Stuart Hall.
Much better round for Martin Power, that one. And a little bit of food for thought for Michael Marsden and Neil Fannon in that corner.
Keep him on end of jab and just check him
Stuart Hall,
apart. Just be careful what he
only in his 10th professional fight, the champion. And now, the first time he's ever gone past 8 rounds, uncharted territory.
Yeah, the last time he was here, he was struggling, he was losing his hold in the fight. Is that going to happen again tonight?
Okay. Keep boxing him and sit down, shoot.
As the punch has landed, taking a little look at my card, Jim. If Power were to win every round from here on in, he could still nick it.
Yeah, well, I think he would have to do that because there's no question that he was outboxed in the first third of this one.
There's Jim, he's got it by 4, got it a round closer. Stuart Hall in the first defence of this British bantamweight title. And Martin Power knows all about going the championship distance. Been there, done it, got the badge, completed 12 rounds on 3 occasions. Hall, as we said, he's never been as far as this in a professional fight before.
Yeah, we're seeing some feinting and some thought in the boxing now. Good work from Power.
I don't doubt Stuart Hall's done it many times in the gym, but it's a different matter.
Yeah, it's also a different matter when you're in the driving seat and suddenly you're not in the driving seat. Good little burst from Power again. So questions at the moment being asked of Stuart Hall.
This game never ceases to surprise, doesn't it? Just when we were suggesting that it was Power who was going to run out of gas, it's Hall who's noticeably, appreciably slowed at this stage.
Well, we have said that Martin Power has broken a few hearts in his career. Is it possible that he can break another one tonight? He's certainly changed what he's doing. Good left hook, good work again from Power. Totally different action now.
Footwork, the mobility of Hall, which was evident earlier in the fight, is not so much so there now. And when he gets here, you sense that he's in Power's territory.
Yeah, it's the domination at times Stuart Hall was enjoying in the early stages. We're not seeing anything like that. Incredible that Martin Power is still here, never mind anything else, and looking like he could turn this around.
He's still here, all right, and that's more like it from Hall. We've not seen too much of that for a round or two, because Power's been beating into the punch and showing a few old pros tricks. He's messing him around.
Well, Hall has to raise the pace and start taking hold of this, take this fight by the scruff of the neck.
He must surely know it. Good work from Hall. Caught in flush with the counter, and Power forced to give ground.
Well, Hall is showing it has the grit to compete at this level, finishing the round well, but took quite some time to get started in this round. Good response again from Power.
Landed with some shots absolutely flush on Martin Power, big right hand, and still Power comes back. Hall must be thinking, what makes this guy tick?
Get a blow, get a blow.
Listen to me. Just keep shining that shoulder and hit him with the right hooks, left hooks, yeah. Come on, breathe, breathe.
One more fight live for you tonight, and Tony Jeffries, one of our Olympic medalists, he's in action. Light heavyweight contest against Michael Bambula coming up for you after the conclusion of what's turned out to be a really dramatic British bantamweight title fight between Stuart Hall and Martin Power. Tony Jeffries still to come.
Keep your left hand up, turn your shoulder and keep finding right hooks to the body, left hook to the head, yeah? That's what you got to do.
Left up another 2 inches when you shoot.
Okay.
10 seconds. Come on. Taking my foot, yours, Mark. Come on.
Nice, take your time now, nice and tight.
Seconds out. Round 10.
3 rounds to go. I think the gap is narrowing, Jim.
Yep, I think so too. I think we're getting to a stage where it's the ability to dig in and just drag everything out of yourself, and Martin Power, that is his strong point. We've seen him do it several times. Stuart Hall has not had to do that. Good right hand from Hall.
And another. I think it would be just an amazing comeback if Power were to win this one after what he had to absorb in those opening rounds when he looked as though he was just going to get blasted away by Hall. But he's still in there, still pitching, and still trading on the heart and bravery that served him so well on a professional career which dates back some 9 years, and he's looking to regain that title, remember, tonight.
Hall getting the jab, working again at the start of this round. Power stationary again, and back to try to force things a little bit more. But that's when he was walking on to the clean shots.
Could be a key phase.
I think Hall has to look as though he's trying to take charge a little more than he's doing. I mean, you can see what Power is putting into this. Okay, those punches are blocked. He's not stopped throwing, and he really looks as though he's prepared to go through fire to win this. Picked a nice couple of shots there, Hall.
When he gets inside, though, Power does look busy, doesn't he? And that can catch the eye.
Yeah, that's why I feel Hall should be looking as though he's driving things a little bit more. He's boxing well at the moment. He's making Power miss, and he's popping him with shots. But he should be stepping in with a bit more power like that.
If you just look at the body language of the two fellas, Hall really doesn't look as though he's been in a fight so far. Power is having to really dig deep. Experience, resolve, all the big words which are going to be absolutely key in the closing seconds. It boils down, maybe, to just pride and who really wants it the most. And look at this, he's had to turn his back, he stopped it, it's all over. Power doesn't like it, the corner absolutely incensed, but Mark Green had seen enough as Power turned away partially, and Hall was trying to unload. And in his first defence, Stuart Hall is still the champion. Martin Power bitterly disappointed. Great display of bravery from the former champion, but Stuart Hall still has that Lonsdale belt.
Tremendous battle. I think Power's corner are so angry because they knew it was right on the bell. They were making their way into the ring. The referee doesn't know that. The referee sees a fighter's head being rolled about by punches, as he'd seen several times in the past, and a less experienced referee may have stopped this fight a few rounds ago. But what a tremendous battle, great performance, great defence from Stuart Hall, but once again, all the credit to Martin Power for what he's given us.
Let's take a look at the final barrage then, which prompted the referee's intervention, Jim.
I mean, Hall's boxing looked like it was back together again. He was landing the solid shots there, and he landed real solid. He turned them nicely, bang, bang, head been rolled around. Okay, I do not dispute that Martin Power would have recovered from that and got himself back into it, but the referee sees a fighter's head being rolled around. He's been caught with so many clean punches, and he just decided it was time to step in. We've seen these Powers have recovered. Look at those punches. Look at the body language there. He was actually sagging with those shots. Now, I know he would have pulled himself together, or I believe he would have, but the referee can't think like that. Now look at the impact of that punch. Look at the impact of that punch. He doesn't see the next one coming. The referee has no clue the bell is about to ring. His corner know that. They've already climbed up the steps. So the referee has to act on instinct, and I don't think you can call that a bad stoppage.
No, Martin Power would have fought all night. Sometimes, though, fighters maybe have to be protected from themselves. For me, for Stuart Hall, that looked pretty good, and he's a worthy champion still, but hats off to that fella's bravery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the 10th round. Your referee Mark Green stops the contest. Power in no position to continue, your winner. And now, having made a successful first defense of his title and still your reigning British bantamweight champion, Stuart Hall.
Another one comes, another one goes, and you've still got that title around your waist.
Yeah, brilliant. Great learning fight, that.
Listen, let's start for a word for him, because he is one brave man, isn't he?
He's a tough cookie. He's too tough for his own good, isn't he? He just kept coming back. And, like you say, he took a good few shots, didn't he? But like you say, I prevailed in the end, didn't I? I think it was a good choice. The ref stopped it. He was taking a lot of shots, wasn't he?
You don't look like a 10-fight novice. I mean, that's no disrespect, but you don't. I mean, how do you get beat at this weight? Because you're tall, you're strong, and nothing seems to hurt you.
Well, I hope I don't think there's anyone out there to beat me, but like you say, if I just keep going on me, training well, sparring well, getting good sparring, and we're just learning, aren't we? Like first time I beat, was it 10 rounds? Yeah, wasn't it? 10 rounds. It was like you say, a good learning fight for me.
How did you feel at 10?
I felt alright. Yeah, I still felt like I had plenty in the tank. Yeah, but you know, it's silly, like you're a bit thingy trying to. If you've got 12 to go, you just don't punch yourself out.
And you do the weight okay, because yesterday at the weigh-in you looked a bit dry around the mouth, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not a problem for you making that.
Nah, look at me now. You know what I mean? Look at me after 10 rounds. I'll do that weight. I'll probably make sure fly, but I'll stay at bantam.
And have you learnt more in there again tonight?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I've learnt a lot. He was tough. He was tough, Martin Power.
And what's next, mate?
Well, just see what Mick says and take it from there.
And off to Jamaica? Yeah,
off to Jamaica. I'm alright. For 2 weeks with me family and her mum and dad. Nice break. Well deserved. Go away to Jamaica now. Forget about boxing for 2 weeks.
Martin, a hell of a lot of heart, a hell of a lot of effort, but you know, are you going to argue that stoppage all night long?
Of course, every fighter will. They get in there as just a self-pride. My opinion, it shouldn't be stopped, but if I was on the floor 10 times, I still believe it shouldn't have been stopped. But until I sit down and watch it, then I'm speaking better tonight.
Did he hurt you there? Because there's a couple of times where he pinned you on the ropes and he seemed to let them fly and you did look hurt.
There was a couple of times, don't get me wrong, I'm a fighter that will go against ropes, take a couple of shots and then come back with 3 or 4 explosive shots. Maybe there tonight, the game plan kind of went out the window. I should have, after the 4th round, got a little bit more behind my boxing. I tried to mix it, put my head down and went to him. He's very, very big for the weight. He weighed in yesterday 8'4", that shows that he can make super fly. I don't know. I just, my opinion though, it should never have been stopped.
What now? Look, nobody wants to hear a decision from you tonight, but obviously you won't want to go out like this. And
1,000,000% I won't be going out like this. There's no decision to make at all. I got beat by a very good kid tonight. He was a class amateur. He done quite a bit in the amateurs. He beat some really good kids. I did want to go down to Superfly even before we decided about this fight, but it come off for the British title, meaning my 3rd defence went outright. I had to take the fight. And it was just one of those things. Maybe I should have hung around and waited for Lee Haskins, but it's just one of those things that I have to sit back and get on with now.
Come again?
Come again ain't the word.